What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the difference between lender credits and down payment assistance programs. A lot of people that we come across, they've worked really hard, they get their scores up, they have good income, they have good debt to income ratios, but they're just a little short with the amount of money needed to close for their down payment and closing costs. So we wanted to talk about the difference. I was playing with some numbers. This is no actual scenario. I'm just putting simple scenarios in just to look at the difference in rates and lender credits versus a program that Neil's been working with that is a down payment assistance program.
Down payment assistance program. Right?
Okay, so for the sake of this, I'm going to use a simple example here, okay? I ran this property at $200,000 because I happened to have somebody that was looking at a $200,000 property. A difference in score between 620 and 720. Now, I always find it important to do this and talk about it because I want you to see the difference by having a little better of a credit score, what the impact is going to be on your finances. So if you know you're not buying for 6 to 12 months, work on that credit score.
These are all FHA loans. I have to clarify that.
Okay. Yeah, this is FHA. We'll put that up here. FHA, just so you know. And the purple works really well, so that's why I'm going to use it. Anyway, 620 score, $200,000 loan. The interest rate, now when I say the interest rate being 3.875, that is the first interest rate where it does not cost you, like 3.5 would cost you money. This is where you're actually getting a credit towards your closing costs. 3.875 is the best rate that is not costing you to buy down the rate. You're getting a lender credit of $360. But Neil, if you went 4.75 for an interest rate, what's the credit?
You'd have a lender credit of $3,748, which means by raising the rate, that's $3,748 more you have for your down payment.
Let's just, for simple sake, let's just say that number's $4,000 and your total closing costs are $10,000. Now you only need to bring $6,000 to the table because the lender is actually giving you a credit towards your down payment and closing costs.
We are giving you the credit.
We, not out of my back pocket, but the lender is based on the funds that we have available through the pricing model. If you had a 720 score, same exact scenario of a $200,000 house, FHA loan, 3.375 from 3.875, your lender credit now is $1,188, up from $360. Not bad. What's the difference? Credit score. If you increase that, now here's another thing to pay attention to 4.125, Neil, what's the lender credit there?
Now your lender credit is $4,645.
The only difference is credit score. This is, again, why it's important. It doesn't mean you have to. We can still help you here. Sometimes this is all you need. But it is important when you have the higher credit score, sometimes it will give you more. Now, let's just increase this. Let's say you're buying a $400,000 house. 720 credit score. I didn't even run the 620. 720 credit score on a $400,000 house. The first best rate that is not costing 3.25%. It's better than 3.375. Your credit's only $992. Not as good, but it's still better to have a lower interest rate. However, 3.875. Neil?
Your credit now is $7,774. So if you only have, let's say, $15,000 in closing costs, now you only have $6,500 in closing costs.
Right. All because of the way. Now, yes, it is a slightly higher interest rate, but for a lot of people, they'd rather do that. And sometimes what they'll do, we don't know right now where rates are going, but sometimes they'll do this, and then 6 months later they'll refinance.
Yeah, we can streamline you in 6 months. That's all we have to do.
Refinance and go back to a lower interest rate. Okay. The down payment assistance program, I'm going to step out of the camera, DPA here, this was a loan scenario that you were just working on.
Yeah, the loan is $272,000. It's a $280,000 purchase price. But her scores are only 610. At 3.5, she's getting no credit.
None.
But at 4.75, we're giving her 8106. Now that gets recorded as a second, that it's a soft second, which means you're never paying on it, which goes away after 5 years. Not a bad deal. You got on a 200, you get $8,000. That technically is almost all of your down payment. All you have to do is pay closing costs.
So I put 3% down here because you have to remember 3.5% is your down payment for an FHA loan. This is a 3% credit, which comes out to $8,106. That's free money. Pretty good.
Just by raising your rate. So
Yep.
your payment might go up, and I have no idea, don't hold me to this, $20, $30, $40 a month, which is really not that much. And after 6 months, we can refi and get you a lower rate.
The good thing is this: if you've done all the work and the only thing that's holding you back right now is your down payment or closing costs, give us a call, because this is one of those simple little things that, you know, you've done the work. Let us now help you just get across that finish line. Okay? We don't recommend it in every situation because we want to make sure that you can qualify and afford to have the house. We don't want people buying a house and being house poor. But if the only thing holding you back is a little down payment, we definitely have the answer for you now.
I disagree right now. Right now, during a pandemic, I wouldn't mind being house poor rather than living in an apartment, because 9 out of 10 of us are only staying in our house. So what are we doing?
And hopefully you're going to make more money for the
Right.
rest
You
of
hope
your
your
life.
income
So that's
goes
not
up.
a bad thing. That is a good point that Neil makes. Even though many people, you know, they're afraid of it, you don't have to necessarily be afraid of it, especially for people that they know their income's only going to go up. It's a great time to start, you know, what do they say, bite the bullet now? Because now after a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Prices are just going up and up and up and up. They're not coming down.
And now after 3 years, you have equity. If you're in an apartment after 3 years, you don't have any equity. Okay, so that's just another reason why it's an incentive for you to get into a house as early as possible.
Just keep this mantra: buy a house now.
Yeah. The faster you own a house, the faster you start collecting equity.
And you'll thank us.
And you won't be paying your landlord's mortgage, you'll be paying your own mortgage, and that's going to pay you long term. So anyway, hope you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want to inquire about your own situation, give us a call. We want to run the numbers for you. We don't have to pull your credit, but we will at least tell you where you stand, and if we can help you where you could buy a house right now instead of having to wait another 6 to 12 months to save money. So hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll catch up with you later.
Take care.